Yes, guys, I hope I'm audible and my screen is visible. Yes. Guys, I hope I'm audible and my screen is visible to everyone. Okay, chalo. Great, great, great. Okay, so let us start with the subject artificial intelligence. Okay, and guys, before starting, आप मेरा एक छोटा सा काम कर दो. Before starting, just staple around 3 to 4 A4 pages. थोड़ा सा एक मेरा काम कर दो, 3 से 4 A4 pages ले आओ एंड जस्ट कीप इट विद योर सेल्फ. ठीक है, उसको स्टेपल कर लीजिए और साथ में रखिए. ओके, तो जस्ट टेक 3 to 4 yes A4 pages and just keep them with you. Okay, so I would be dictating important points and you have to write at that instant in that formula sheet. Okay, तो आप उसको नाम लिखेंगे formula sheet, just name it as formula sheet and just write certain important concepts and points that I would be giving you. Okay. Yes, guys, मैं पूरा syllabus cover करूंगा, right? I would be covering the entire syllabus, okay? And the syllabus for your artificial intelligence, देखो ये syllabus given है. This is the syllabus that is given. Okay, guys, this is the syllabus that is already given by the. This is the syllabus that is given here. Okay, this is the syllabus that is given here. Okay, जिसमें search algorithms है. We have certain search algorithms. Then we have the major subject that is logic, the major topic that is logic, और उसके बाद conditional under uncertainty. Okay, okay, inference under uncertainty. Okay, where we would be I mean studying certain sampling methods. Okay, तो ये है. ठीक है, तो this is the detailed syllabus that I would be covering. I would be covering the search methods, and in search methods, no, I would be starting with BFS, then DFS, UCS, uniform cost search, depth limited search, IDDFS, bidirectional search. Okay, and in informed search, I would be covering the certain important methods. Okay, such as best first search, greedy best, GBFS, greedy best first search, and very important A star search algorithms. Okay, and in the adversarial search, with two most important algorithms are minimax, alpha, beta. So everything along with the questions I would be covering. Okay, then in logic, I would be starting with the propositional logic and I would be ending at predicate logic, that is also known as first order logic. Okay, and in reasoning under uncertainty, see, we have Bayesian networks, very important. Okay, then exact inference, approximate inference methods, and in conditional independence, we would be studying the D-separation rules, very important for your exam. Okay, D-separation rules, very important. Okay, for your exams. So here we would be covering the D-separation rule, right? So this is how I would be covering the entire syllabus. So guys, I would just request you should be very punctual in this coming 8 to 10 classes. I guarantee you, you would be covering the entire syllabus along with the previous year questions, and this is a scoring subject. Okay, every year, I mean in 2024 also it came for about 8 to 10 marks. In 2025 also it came about 11 marks, and I'm damn sure in 2026 also it would be there around 8 to 10 marks. Okay, that would be there. Okay, so this is how I would be covering the entire syllabus for artificial intelligence. Okay, chaliye. So before starting, I would be just showing you one animation. Okay, before starting, let me show you one animation, and I want that this animation, no, I would be asking you certain questions. Okay, on this animation. Okay, now for example, you want to solve this maze, right? For example, yes, for example, you want to solve this maze. Okay, for example, you want to solve this maze, right? Acha, now, if you want to solve this maze, uh, what would be the possible steps? इसके possible steps क्या हो सकते हैं? What are the possible steps if you want to solve this maze? देखो, अब how would you solve it? you would actually require, no, you would actually require what? You would actually require a starting point and an ending point. That is the first, that is the first. Okay. First, I mean requirement for this. आपको start point चाहिए, आपको end point चाहिए. Okay. So you would be starting from the, you would be locating the starting point and the ending point. After that, you would be searching the number of methods. मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ इसमें ना आगे, how to reach from start, how to traverse and how to reach till the end point. So basically, what logic or what method you would be actually using to solve this maze? So basically, what method you would be using? I would be covering this. I would be covering by traversing all the possible options. I hope you are getting this. मैं कैसे करूंगा इस maze को solve? I would be covering, I would be solving this maze by traversing all the possible options. For example, yes, for example, that I that I started from here. Okay, for example, this is the start point. Okay, and this is the end point. Okay, अब मैं क्या करूंगा? I'll start from here. I'll start from here. I would get a dead end here. Okay, तो अब मैं क्या करूंगा? I would be coming back. Okay, I would be coming back. फिर इसके बाद I would be searching some other path. फिर dead end आ गया, फिर I would be coming back. तो this is how I would be locating. फिर मैं यहाँ से start करूंगा. Here, then also I'll get a dead end. Okay, तो मतलब then what I'll do is I would be traversing along multiple paths. I would be traversing along multiple paths, and that is what a AI system would also do. अगर मान लीजिए if I ask certain AI system कि भाई you have to solve this maze, तो what would be the approach that AI system would be using? AI would also be seeing, no, okay, let me start from here, let me traverse through one path, वहां पर dead end आ गया, कोई बात नहीं, let's travel to the next, we have a dead end, then let us travel to the next, we have a dead end. So basically what exactly AI would be doing? AI would be using the term intelligence. Okay, AI क्या करेगा? It would be using the term intelligence, which actually means what? Which actually means that it is the capacity for learning, reasoning, understanding, and similar forms of mental activity. Okay, so basically what AI would do, it would be actually learning, reasoning, understanding all the forms of mental activity that is done by a human being. Okay, which is replicated by a machine. तो उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? That term is known as artificial intelligence. Okay, that term is known as artificial intelligence. So जैसे if I ask you to solve this, how would you do this? You would start from start point. You would see whether I'm finding some good path. Okay, not finding good path, I'll just backtrack. Then I'll again start whether I'm finding a good path or whether I'm going to end or whether I can reach to the end. Okay, but if not, then I'll backtrack. So basically the mental activity, which includes what? Which includes learning. Okay, which includes what? Which includes learning, reasoning, understanding, and similar form of events. Okay, similar form of events using which I can actually complete a event. That everything comes under what? Everything comes under the term intelligence. And when that is mimicked, and then that is mimicked by a system, and when that is mimicked by a system, so that is known as artificial intelligence. Okay, that is known as artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? It refers to the system or machine that mimic human intelligence to perform tasks and improves iteratively based on the data they collect. Okay, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the intelligence that is performed in with reference to what? Or in reference to what? In reference to a system. वो जो system perform करता है या फिर machine जो perform करती है. Okay, to perform a task. That task could be anything. No, I just started with an example कि अगर आपको इसको puzzle को solve करना है, you just want to solve this puzzle, then this is a task. If I just ask a Google map, Okay, if I just ask a Google map that if I ask a Google map, bhai, you have to travel from I mean a certain location to the other location. So for that map, that is the artificial intelligence. Okay, so that artificial intelligence is a broader term. Okay, artificial intelligence is a broader term that is more of task specific. Okay, that is more related to the systems that I mean which task they are performing. Okay, so what is artificial intelligence? It refers to the system or machine that mimics what? That mimics the human intelligence. Okay, that mimics what? It mimics the human intelligence to perform tasks. So these tasks, events could be anything. Okay, these tasks and events that could be anything, and they improve iteratively based on the data they collect. Okay, so we have, they also, I mean, they also improves iteratively based on the data they collect. So this is what is the basic definition of artificial इंटेलिजेंस. ओके, तो अब ये जो बेसिक टास्क है ना, द बेसिक टास्क, द बेसिक इवेंट्स और द बेसिक अप्रोच दैट अ ह्यूमन और अ मशीन कैन अप्लाई दो सर्टेन एल्गोरिथम्स. ओके, दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन एल्गोरिथम्स. तो वो सर्टेन एल्गोरिथम्स वी वुड बी स्टडिंग. ठीक है, एंड दैट आर गिवन इन द सिलेबस ऑल्सो. ओके, दैट आर गिवन इन द सिलेबस ऑल्सो. तो वो चीज हम पढ़ेंगे एंड दैट इज गिवन इन द सिलेबस ऑल्सो. Okay, now I would be showing you the definition of healthcare. I'm sorry, the application point of application of artificial intelligence. So where it can be used. So it is highly used in healthcare. It can be highly used in finance, in fraud detection. Okay, algorithmic trading. So healthcare, medical imaging and diagnosis, virtual assistance. It is highly used in transportation. जैसे इसका मैंने आपको बताया ना, maps. This is a great and a highly used example in the navigation industry or in the navigation, for the navigation purpose. No, तो basically maps जो भी आप जैसे Google Map पे आप कुछ भी टाइप करते हैं, you type on Google Map, no, I want to travel from Noida to Delhi. Okay, for example, you want to travel, no, from Noida to Delhi. For example, here Noida, this is a node. I'm considering this as a node, and this Delhi, I'm considering again this as a node. I want to travel from Noida to Delhi. So now this map would actually be using the algorithms where it would be surfing the number of in between routes and the combinations using which I can reach from Noida to Delhi in the shortest route or in the lowest cost, or any purpose that that he has to fulfill for me. Okay, any purpose that he has to fulfill for me. So he would be traveling from Noida to Delhi for that purpose. Okay, that he has to fulfill for me. Okay, so this artificial intelligence is a very broader term. Okay, artificial intelligence is a very broader term that uses the mental activity, or that mimics the mental activity what we do. Okay, the mental activity what we do to perform what? To perform any number of events in any industry. Number of events in any industry. जैसे कि आपने देखा in healthcare, where in healthcare, medical and imaging diagnosis, virtual assistance. Okay, healthcare में fraud detection, finance में fraud detection, algorithmic trading, maps. I think ये तो सभी ने use होगा. I think everyone must have used this Google Maps. तो I think ये तो एक बहुत well versed example है using which you can understand, no, you can get the essence of the word artificial intelligence. Then in retail, we can just see personalized recommendation, inventory and supply chain optimization, then social media content curation, spam and offensive content filtering. So basically these are the algorithms that are made to improve or to actually fit the purpose of doing a purpose of solving an event using these algorithms, which comes under a broader term that is known as artificial intelligence, which comes under the broader term that is known as artificial intelligence. Guys, I hope आपको ये definition you have got this definition. Okay, आपको थोड़ा बहुत essence समझ में आया होगा of artificial intelligence. Okay, चलिए अब आई होप यू आर रेडी विद दैट फॉर्मूला शीट. आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन, ओके, आई होल हार्टेडली रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन, 3 या 4 पेजेस स्टेपल करके अपने पास रख लीजिए. जस्ट कीप दोस 3 to 4 A4 पेजेस. वॉट एवर आई विल से, नो, जस्ट फॉलो मी ब्लाइंडली फॉर 10 days. जस्ट फॉलो मी ब्लाइंडली फॉर 10 days. आई गारंटी यू आपके यस तो आई गारंटी यू वुड बी स्कोरिंग मार्क्स इन AI. जस्ट रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम माई साइड, जस्ट फॉलो मी ब्लाइंडली फॉर 10 days. ओके, डन 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 डन. चलिए अब नाउ theory, modeling, algorithm, applications. Okay, so these are the 4 core pillars. These are the four pillars of problem solving in artificial intelligence, and each plays a unique role in designing intelligent system. यहाँ पर एक word आता है intelligent system. This word has a very dense or very heavy weight in research side. आप कभी भी साइंस डायरेक्ट पे जाना, स्प्रिंजर पे जाना, टेलर फ्रांसिस और एनी ऑफ सोच वाइले पे आप जाइएगा, you just write intelligent systems, you will be finding the number of papers from 1960, 1970, where this word has been used in multiple ways, which actually relates artificial intelligence. Okay, by I say that yes, this guy is intelligent. If I say that this guy is intelligent, what that intelligent means, वो क्या intelligent का क्या मतलब होता है भाई? He can solve in a shorter duration, or he has multiple ways to solve, or he can solve diverse problems. So that intelligence is a very heavy word, okay, a very dense word, a very broader word, okay, which has these four pillars, okay, which has these four pillars. The first pillar is application. Okay, application is start with a real world problem, then modeling, abstract and simplify to a computational model. We'll be studying, we'll be just seeing a small an example of Zomato. Okay, there you'll get it. Okay, there you'll get it. Okay, then algorithm, choose or develop a suitable solution approach. Then theory is understand correctness, complexity and properties. So guys, you have to just write these four words: application, modeling, algorithm, theory in the formula sheet. Okay, nothing you have to explain, सिर्फ ये आपको 4 वर्ड लिखना है, nothing you have to explain. 4 pillars of AI: application, modeling, algorithm, theory. Okay, yes, neural network is a part of machine learning, that is not a part of AI. And I already told you guys, weightage of this subject is very high, around 10 to 11 marks. Okay, around 10 to 11 marks. So it has a good weightage, around 10 to 11 marks. So I can predict in 2026, I am expecting that yes, you can get certain questions from AI. Okay, that would range for about 10 or 11 marks. Okay, chaliye. Now let us take a simple example. For example, you are designing a food delivery app. Okay, you are designing a food delivery app such as Zomato or Swiggy. Okay, so what is the real world problem? What is the real world problem? The real world problems are that how can we deliver a person in the shortest time? Okay, so this is the real world problem. So basically, what is application? Application is the real world problem. Okay, so see, this is a theoretical subject. You have to maintain the patience. Guys, I request everyone be with me in the class. थोड़ा theoretical subject है भाई, patience बनाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? चलिए, तो yes, what is the real world problem? जैसे application, तो application says the real world problem. तो अब जैसे Zomato में आपको सबसे कम टाइम में आपको पहुंचाना है, तो that is what? That is the application. ओके, अब आती है बात मॉडलिंग की. अगेन अ वेरी ब्रॉड टर्म मॉडलिंग. तो बेसिकली व्हाट मॉडल मींस? it means abstract and simplify to a computational model. For example, I want to travel from Noida. I want to travel from Noida to Delhi. See, Noida and Delhi are far apart. I can use a graph paper to model that complex routes into the short lines or short tangents or short circles. Okay, so for example, I have multiple paths. One path is going from here. Then we have certain roads getting diverged. Okay, so I hope you are getting this. So modeling is a very broad term. Okay, from here it is connected to here, it is connected to here. I hope you are getting this. So modeling is a very broad term. Modeling is a very broad term. Okay, where I can simplify, the big problem. Okay, so the big problem I can simplify using what? Using this term modeling. So you just need to know the essence of this term modeling, ki abstract and simplify to a computational model. So here what we can do is we can create nodes, we can create edges, weights. We have number of methods. We can use graph paper, anything we can use this. Okay, then that is modeling. Okay, so what is modeling? It means reducing a messy real world scenario into a manageable and solvable structure for a computer to understand. So this is what modeling is. Okay, this is what modeling is. Okay, this is what modeling is. So guys, next is next is algorithm. Okay, next is algorithm. Now we have modeled the entire application on a graph paper. अब इसको solve कैसे करना है? How to solve this? तो solving require what? Solving require choosing or developing a suitable solution approach. तो that is known as what? That is algorithm. जो कि आप लोग जो लिख रहे हो BFS, DFS, UCS, वो सारी चीजें यहां पर आएंगी. Okay, now the things which you are writing, कि whether I should use BFS, whether I should use DFS, whether I should use UCS, whether I should use A star. So everything would come here. Okay, now everything would come here. Okay, and in theory, what is theory? Theory is understanding the correctness, complexity, and properties. For example, can I scale it? Can I scale it? Is it accurate? Okay, is it accurate? So yes. So that is theoretical part. Okay, so the four pillars of AI, those are: firstly, just tell me the application. What is the real world problem that I want to solve? Second, modeling part. Okay, I need to just, the messy structure should be converted into a very solvable or very easy manner in which I can understand. Then what is the third part? Third part is algorithm. Which algorithm? What is my approach to solve this? Is it BFS, DFS, UCS, A star, any algorithm? Then what is the last one is the theory, that whether is it scalable, what is, whether this algorithm guarantees the shortest route, whether it is scalable, or is it accurate. So matlab, these all things that would actually understand the correctness, complexity, and the properties of your approach would be given by what? Would be given by the term theory. Okay, would be given by the term theory. So guys, I'll take a pause here. If you want, you can write it. Then let us move forward. Okay, chaliye. Now let us move forward. Okay, now let us move forward with few important terms. Okay, now let us move forward with few important terms. So the first term is search. Okay, what is the first term? First term is search. Okay, so what is search? Search refers to the systematic exploration of possible actions or states to solve problems and reach a desired goal. Okay, now for example, I want to travel from Delhi to Noida. Okay, so in this context, what exactly search means? Search means that what are the possible actions or states to solve a problem and reach a desired goal. Okay, which route I should take, the conclusion to which route I should take, that is not given by this term search. Search only refers to what? Search only refers to the possible actions or states to solve a problem and reach a desired goal. So for example, we have, yes, for example, we have a total of 20 routes from Noida to Delhi. Okay, for example, we have a total of 20 routes from Noida to Delhi. So he would show you the present states, okay, the present routes, everything he would show you, but he wouldn't be giving you the conclusion that which route you should travel. Okay, so for example, yes, example is Google Maps navigating search. Okay, so this is what I mean in real time, waiting factors like distance, traffic before suggesting. So everything he would be showing you, but he won't be giving you the conclusion. Okay, तो दैट इज गिवन बाय द टर्म सर्च. ओके, तो आपको बस थोड़ा सा यहां पर याद रखना है. ओके, व्हाट इज सर्च, ये चीजें आपको बस थोड़ा सा याद रखना है. बाकी रेस्ट आई हैव नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विल बी सॉल्विंग. ओके, तो ये चीज आपकी वहां से पक्की हो जाएगी. ओके, तो जस्ट रिमेंबर द टर्म सर्च. राइट, सिंपल है. आई वुड बी जस्ट मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, नथिंग टू राइट. ओके, नथिंग टू राइट, कुछ भी नहीं आपको लिखना है, सिर्फ आपको याद रखना है. Then next is search problem. Okay, then next is search problem. So search problem is what? It is in AI describes the task of navigating from an initial state to a goal state by applying a series of valid actions. Very important. Now, see, valid actions have come. Okay, so it is what it is the task of navigating from an initial state to a goal state by applying a series of valid action. Okay, so you would be requiring a initial state, goal state, actions. Matlab possible moves, that which path I should take. So that is what that is given by the term search problem. Okay, that is given by the term search problem. Initial state, goal state, actions, and path cost. So what is the path cost? Cost of actually, matlab this cost can actually be distance, it can actually be time, moves, that depends. So whenever you are searching, yes, whenever you are searching a problem, so there the Google Maps actually shows you what, that whether you want to reach in a shortest route, or whether you want to reach with less traffic. Matlab it shows you different options. So that is exactly what, that is exactly search problem. Usko hum bolte hain search problem. Okay, now one term that has arrived is state here. Ab ye state kya hota hai? Okay, now the term state has come. What is state? Up, for example, state is what I am presently standing at Geeks for Geeks. So this is my present state. Okay, up now after a certain period of time, I would be moving from this state to my home. So that is what, that is my second state. Okay, so that means if I just club my state space, so state space would be what, my all the actual states, or my all the states that I was present in. That is given by the term state space. Okay, that is given by the term state space. So what is state? What is state? State is the actual condition in which I am. Okay, matlab wo meri property hai, that would give the property of actual circumstance that I am in. Okay, and what is state space? Un sabko club kar do. When I club everything, so that would be giving me the state space. Okay, so yes, so अब now for example this is a problem, no, this is a game I want to solve. So initial state is this. अब मैं इसको हल्का सा move करूंगा, तो this would be my goal state. Okay, so this is my goal state and this is my initial state. Okay, so that is how I have defined, no, the word state. Okay, so this is how I have defined the word state, right? Okay, so nothing you have to write, only you have to just see this. Okay, nothing you have to write. Okay, then the third term is agent. Okay, I hope आपको शायद पता होगा ये चीज आजकल बहुत कॉमन चल रहा है, AI agent है ना. I hope you must have I mean heard this word AI agent, no? Okay, so yes, so what is agent? So basically agent is defined as anything or autonomous entity. Okay, it is defined as the autonomous entity that perceives its environment, processes information, and takes action to achieve specific goals. Okay, this is the basic definition of agent. Okay, this is the basic definition of agent, right? So what is an agent? Agent kuch bhi nahi hai. You should know the definition, that it is anything or any autonomous entity, okay, that perceives its environment, processes information, and takes action. Matlab which can perceive the environment, okay, which can processes the information and takes the action. Okay, to achieve specific goals. Okay, to achieve specific goals. Do you know the name of the AI agent of the company Salesforce? Salesforce जो company है उसके AI agent का नाम क्या है? Salesforce company के AI agent का क्या नाम है? Can anyone tell me what is the name of the Salesforce agent company? तो आई होप अगर आपको पता होगा ये चीज, तो उसका नाम है एजेंट फोर्स. ओके, द एआई एजेंट ऑफ द कंपनी सेल्स फोर्स, दैट इज agent force. Okay, correct, that is agent force. Yeah, so I have actually, yes, I have actually done number of sessions, no, using that agent force, no, that is the AI agent of the company Salesforce, and they are spending heavily in developing this AI agent. Actually nowadays every company is spending heavily, no, in developing their own AI agents. Okay, correct. तो agents may range from simple programs. Agents may range from simple programs to complex robots, and their intelligence comes from the ability to choose action based on the current state and the desired outcomes. So here again, this word intelligence have come. Here again, this word intelligence has come. That is why I told you that this, I mean, all the tasks, no, all the tasks that any machine or human performs. So there, this word intelligence always comes, because every machine or human, no, wants that their task should be performed in a optimized way. Okay, yeah, in a optimized way. Okay, so that is why this intelligence word would every time come. Okay, it would come every time. Okay, up now, one of the examples is self-driving cars. Okay, self-driving cars, where Tesla autopilot is what? Tesla autopilot is the AI agent. Okay, Tesla autopilot is the AI agent. Okay, so there you can see this. Okay, yes. Okay, so you can just read the example. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this word agent, no? Okay, then next is state. Already we have discussed the meaning of the state. Nothing you have to write, guys. So this is just an introduction. Okay, it will span around half an hour, 40 minutes. After this, we'll be switching to the questions. Then we'll come to search algorithms, guys. Okay, chaliye. Ab a state represent the current condition or snapshot of the environment relevant relevant to the problem at hand. Relevant to the problem at hand. For example, I want to travel. For example, I want to travel from Delhi to Noida. Okay, so now traveling from Delhi to Noida, no, it can, the car would change the state multiple times. Traveling from Delhi to Noida, the car would change its states multiple times. भाई Delhi से जाएगा, for example, Delhi से जाएगा to state 1, to state 2, to state N, then it would reach Noida. So what is state? It represents the current condition. Okay, it represents what? It represents the current condition of the environment relevant to the problem at hand. So what is the problem that is relevant at hand? I want to reach in the shortest time. So for that problem, I mean, what is the state, or what is the present condition at which my car is, or I am. So that represents the state. तो इसको हम बोलते हैं state. Okay, example in chess, the current arrangement of pieces on the board at any moment is the state. Okay, in chess में मान लीजिए कि I have moved certain player, no, from point A to point B. So point A was my initial state, and what is my successor state where I've reached to point B. So this is how the state is defined. Okay, this is how the state has been defined. Okay, okay, this is how state is defined. Then next is action. Okay, so guys, you don't have to write anything. This is just the basics. Okay, but be there with me. Okay, so this is just the basics. Be there with me. Okay, now action. So what is an action? Action is defined. Action is defined as an operation that changes the system from its current state to the another state. Okay, so what is an action? Action is that thing that changes the system from its current state to the different state. अब जैसे एक चेस का गेम है, चेस का गेम है, तो when I change the state 1 to state 2, तो मतलब an action has been performed. आप समझिएगा, just try to understand. In a game of chess, when I have traveled my one player from point 1 to point 2, matlab an action has been performed. Okay, so the agent selects an action based on the current state, and its objective and the action causes a transition in the environment. So whenever an action is performed, it causes what? It causes a transition in the environment. Whenever action is performed, it causes the transition in the environment. Okay, so in a self-driving car, an action is any deliberate move or an operation made by the car's AI agent based on real-time environmental input and internal objectives. Okay, so we have multiple examples. So these are just the general terms. ठीक है, जिसका मीनिंग आपको बस पता होना चाहिए. पूछेगा कोई नहीं व्हाट इज अ स्टेट, कभी नहीं आने वाला क्वेश्चन. व्हाट इज एन एक्शन, कभी क्वेश्चन नहीं आने वाला. बट भाई एक चीज बताओ, एल्गोरिथम पे जाने से पहले ये सब बेसिक चीजें तो पता होनी जरूरी है ना. तो दैट इज वाई फॉर हाफ एन आवर आई विल बी जस्ट डिस्कसिंग दिस. ओके, चलिए. देन द नेक्स्ट थिंग, ट्रांजिशन मॉडल. Then the next thing, transition model. So a transition model defines how the system moves from one state to another in response to an action. Okay, so what is a transition model? How the system moves from one state to the other in response to an action. तो मान लीजिए कि एक मोबाइल रोबोट इज टास्क्ड with moving a parcel inside a large automated warehouse. तो अब in the warehouse, floor is organized in a virtual grid. Okay, see, मतलब basically how a system moves. No, for example, I am a Uber rider. Okay, for example, I am a, yes, Uber rider. Okay, so अब now I want to reach from here to here. So what is my model, transition model? No, I have, for example, I have five parcels. No, whether I would go to this place for delivering first parcel, second parcel, third, fourth, or whether I would be going in this direction. So what is my transition model? How I am traveling? That is majorly defined by the term transition model. Okay, that is majorly defined by the term transition model. Okay, so this is how transition model is. This is how transition model works. Okay, guys, I already told you, you have to be patient. This is all a theoretical subject. Okay, so guys, be patient with me. Okay, yeah. Okay, then next is important, that is search space and state space. Next is an important term, that is search space and state space. Okay, so what is a search space? It is the set of all possible states the agent can be in, representing every possible configuration reachable via actions from the initial state. Now I'll tell you what is a search space. See, here for example, I want to solve this problem. Okay, for example, I want to solve this problem, right? If I ask you, no, if I ask you what is search space, so all the possible states that an agent can be in, representing every possible configuration reachable via actions from the initial state, तो उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? उसको हम बोलते हैं search space, that we call as search space. And what is state space? State space is that can be visualized as a directed graph with states representing as nodes, actions, and represent as arrows between them. Okay, अब now I'll just make you understand. Okay, I'll just make you understand. For example, this is फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम दैट वी हैव टू सॉल्व. मान लीजिए मुझे इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना है. तो whenever I'll be making a DAG representing from here, I can go to here, 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 here. Okay, so that is what I mean a plan. When everything is planned, no, so that is known as a state space. Okay, that is known as state space. Okay, and what is a search space? That is just a possible collection of all the nodes. Okay, that is just a possible collection of all the nodes. तो उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? उसको बोलते हैं हम search space. Okay, तो you just search, you know, हाँ ठीक है, this is there. Okay, it can be there. तो वो क्या हो जाएगा? Search space. But what is a state space? That is actually a flow chart. Okay, that is actually a DAG. Okay, directed acyclic graph where everything comes, मतलब where everything execution plan is ready. ओके, एग्जीक्यूशन प्लान इज रेडी, तो उसको हम बोलते हैं स्टेट स्पेस. तो जस्ट द डिफरेंस इज व्हेन रैंडमली थिंग्स आर ओरिएंटेड. ओके, रैंडमली थिंग्स आर ओरिएंटेड, यहां पर मतलब एक जगह बस हमने इकट्ठा कर दिया, वी हैव जस्ट कलेक्टेड द थिंग्स, that is known as what? That is known as search space. But what is state space? When we have a flow chart, a execution plan, from here I would go to here, from here I would go to here, from here I would go to here, that is known as a state space. So for example, for a Uber driver, he knows that I have to visit 20 places. I have to travel to Mayur Vihar, I have to travel to Noida, I have to travel to this. So he has everything is in his mind. So that is what? That is search space. Now he would be making a plan that, okay, firstly I'll go to here, then to there, then to there. This is the execution plan. So that comes under what? That comes under the state space. बस इतना सा ही फर्क है. Okay, only this is the difference. So guys, please note this down. Okay, in the formula sheet, guys, please note this down. Yeah. Okay, please note this down in the formula sheet. Yes, N8N is a very good source. I mean, a very easy platform for creating the the automating tasks. No, for automating tasks, N8N is a very easy source. I've done a lot of projects there, so you can also use that. No, and apart from N8N, we have other things also. Apart from N8N, we have other things also. Uh, but I have to see. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll tell you other things also. Okay. Correct. And acha, my classes would be scheduled. No? My classes would be scheduled from 1:30. Okay, 1:30 p.m. to 3:30. No, so my classes are scheduled from 1:30 p.m. So for these 3 days, we'll be having our classes from 1:30 to 3:30. Then after 3 or 4 days, no, I'll be taking it in the morning. Okay, so this is how I'll proceed. I'll try to complete this in 10 days. Okay, I'll try to complete this in 10 days. Yeah, every day 1 mark. That is my aim. Every day 1 mark. Okay, so yeah, 10 days. Correct, Newsbuster. Definitely. Okay, okay, guys, let us move forward. Let us move forward. Now, path cost. Important term. Now, path cost. So, what is the path cost? Yes, path cost is the total cost incurred in moving from the initial state to a given state. Okay, usually calculated as the sum of the cost of individual actions, no, taken along the solution path. I'll tell you what exactly path cost is. I want to travel. I want to travel from Noida to Delhi. I want to travel from Noida to Delhi. Guys, Noida to Delhi, I want to reach in the minimum time, in the shortest duration. So their path cost would be measured in terms of what? In terms of time. Okay, I want to reach Delhi to Noida in the shortest distance. Then what would be path cost? That would be measured in terms of what? In terms of distance. I want to reach from Noida to Delhi in the shortest cost. So then path cost would be traveled in shortest price. Okay, I'll just write it price. So in the shortest price, so that means path cost would be calculated in terms of price. So basically, yes, basically, what is path cost? Path cost means it measures, basically it measures the efficiency, okay, in terms of common metrics such as distance, time, or number of moves. So these are the major path cost metrics, okay, so which can actually cover, or which can actually measure in terms of certain quantity. Okay, so measure the action in such in terms of certain quantity. Okay, so path cost is nothing, very simple. It is the total cost incurred in moving from initial state to a given state. Okay, so it can be in terms of time, it can be in terms of distance, in terms of traffic density, in terms of price, so anything. Okay, anything that could be the anything that could be the path cost. Okay, so very simple, nothing you have to write. Okay, then what is a solution? Very simple. Solution is a sequence of actions. It is a sequence of action that transforms the initial state into the goal state while satisfying all the problem constraint. I need to travel from Delhi to Noida. I need to travel from Delhi to Noida in the shortest time. In the shortest time, I need to travel from Delhi to Noida in the shortest time with lowest density, lowest traffic density, lowest traffic density, lowest traffic density, and I have to visit, and in between I have to visit my friend's home also. Okay, visit to my friend's home. Okay, visit to my friend's home. So these are the three constraints. Okay, these are the three constraints. So basically, what is the solution? The solution is that it is what? It is the sequence of actions. Okay, what is the solution? It is the sequence of actions through which that transform the initial state. Where I am presently in Delhi. So I want to travel from Delhi to Noida. Okay, into the goal state while satisfying all the problem constraints. तो मैं shortest time में भी पहुंच जाऊं, मैं lowest traffic density भी मेरे को मिले रास्ते में, and I should visit, and I should also visit in between my friend's home, and then I should visit Noida. So satisfying all the constraints and traveling from initial to final state. So that is the sequence of actions that would be given for this particular problem is known as solution. इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? इसको हम बोलेंगे solution. इसको हम बोलेंगे solution. Okay. Okay. चलिए. Nothing you have to note. So now these are certain components. These are certain components. Okay, these are certain components that we have studied, important components. So first one is what? First one is the initial state. Okay, first one is what? First one is the initial state. State space, we have done. Actions, we have done. Transition model. Goal test. Goal test is checks if the goal is reached or not. Okay, what is goal test? It checks whether the goal is reached or not. That is goal test. Path cost we have done, and heuristic function I would do in the informed search. Okay, heuristic function I would be doing when informed search algorithm would start. ठीक है, तो these are the components of any search problem. तो अगर कभी भी search problem में question आता है तो these terms can be there. Okay, these terms are expected that these terms would be there in the question if the question comes for a search problem. So that is why, guys, it was very important to cover certain important definitions. Okay, it was very important to cover certain important definition. Okay, then the next is node. Okay, very simple. So what is a node? Next term is node. What is a node? It is a data structure that keeps the track of a state. Okay, it is the data structure that keeps the track of a state. For example, I am presently in Delhi and I want to travel to Noida. So Delhi can be treated as a node. This is node 1. Okay, Noida is treated as, for example, node 10. I can treat that as node 10. I have another 8 nodes in between Delhi and Noida. So basically, what is a node? Node is a data structure that keeps the track of a state. So node क्या हो गया? It is a data structure that keeps the track of a state. तो मान लीजिए मैं दिल्ली में खड़ा हूं, मान लीजिए I am there in Delhi, तो ये Delhi is the node. ठीक है, मान लीजिए ये Delhi है, तो Delhi is the node. Okay. अब यहीं पे we have parent node. So what is parent node? A reference to the node from which this node was generated. Okay. For example, now this is a state space. Okay. Now, for example, this is a state space. For example, node 1 is what? Node 1 is Delhi. Okay. Then node 2 has other. Then node 2 has other nodes. Okay. 3 has again 3 nodes. 8, 9 and 10. Okay, 4 has only 2 nodes, 11 and 12, and this is my goal node. Okay, this is my goal node, that is Noida. Okay, this is my goal node, that is Noida. So I can travel from 5 to 6, 6 to Noida, 7 to Noida, 8 to Noida, then 10 to 11, 11 to Noida, and 12 to Noida. Okay, so this is the state space. So every node has a parent node. So what is the parent node of 2? That is 1. Parent node of 3? That is 1. Parent node of 4? That is 1. Okay. What is the parent node of 5? That is 2. 6, 2. 7, 2. Parent node of 8? That is 3. 9, that is 3. 10, that is 3. So every node has a reference from where it has been generated. That is known as what? That is known as parent node. Every node has a parent from which it has been generated. That is known as what? That is known as parent node. Okay, that is known as parent node. Okay, so that is a node. So what is a node? So it is a data structure that keeps the track of a state. It is a data structure that keeps the track of a state. Okay, it is a data structure that keeps the track of a state. बस उसको हम बोलते हैं node. Okay. that is a node. Okay, chaliye. Okay, before moving to search, I have certain questions that I would be solving along with you. Okay, I have certain questions that I would be solving along with you. Yes, so I want you guys to just solve. Yes, so I want you guys to solve certain questions with me. Okay, okay, chaliye. What is the answer to the first question, everyone? What is the answer to the first question, which is not true about the path cost in classical search algorithm? Yes, tell me the answer, which is not true about the path cost, which is not true about the path cost in a classical search algorithm. Yes, what is the answer for question number one? What is the answer for question number one? What is which is not true about the path cost in a classical search algorithm? It must be non-negative. Okay, it must be non-negative. It is associated with each action. It can be negative. Guys, just answer it carefully. Which is not true? Which is not true? Which is not true? So guys, it can be negative. This is not true. So correct option is what? Correct option is C. Okay, correct option is what? Correct option is C here. Okay, so path cost can never be negative. Okay, which is not true. The path cost can never be negative. Okay, so answer for question number one is what? Answer for question number one is C. Okay, answer for question number two. Answer for question number two, a solution to a search problem is defined as. Yes, everyone, please answer this. A solution to a search problem is defined as. Yes, very simple, correct. So option B is correct. A solution to a search problem is defined as a sequence of actions from start to the goal state. Very simple. Okay, a solution to a correct action is defined. Solution to a search problem is defined by a sequence of actions from start to the goal state. Okay, so for question number second, option B is correct. Okay, for question number three, an agent perceives its environment. An agent perceives its environment through sensors. Very simple. An agent perceives its environment through sensors. So guys, this is just a knowledge based question, no, that I think you can remember. Okay, question number four, which correctly describes a transition model in a search space? Yes, so I would be attaching this. Okay, I would be attaching this with the PDF. So, which correctly describes a transition model in a search problem? Question number four. So, which correctly describes a transition model in a search problem? So, yes, if you just see option B, maps action to the next state, that is correct. No, what is a transition model? I am traveling from here to here. Okay, so what is the correct, which correctly describes a transition model in a search problem? Option B, no, that would map action to the next state. What is my action? Yeah, to the next state. So that is what? That is the that is which describes a transition model in a search space. So option B is correct. Okay, question number five. Which of these is not a component of search problem? Okay, option number five. Which of these is not a component of search problem? Yes, everyone, please. Everyone, question number five. What is the answer? इसमें से कौन सा component नहीं है search problem का? तो if you just see initial state, that is there. Okay, actions, that is there, transition model is there, but output model is nothing. Okay, yes, output model is not output model is not the part of search problem. Question number 6. What is the result of applying an action in a state using transition model? Okay, what is the result of applying an action in a state using the transition model? Question number 6. Everyone. So if you just see, if I apply a action in a state using the transition model, so I would be resulting in what? I would be resulting in the next state. Correct, correct. Options are correct. Okay, I would be resulting in what? I would be resulting in the next state. Question number 7. Correct. Question number 7. State space of an AI problem represents. State space of an AI problem represents. What does the state space of an AI problem represents? Question number 7. Correct. So option would be all possible states reachable via valid action sequences. Okay. So state space represents what? It represents all possible states reachable via valid actions. Very simple. No? What is a state space? All the possible states represent reachable via valid action sequences. Okay. So question 7, answer B. Which term best describes the set of all possible paths that can be explored for a given problem? Yes, I need answer from your side. Everyone should answer this. Which term best describes set of all possible paths that can be explored for a given problem? Very simple. So here the difference between state and search space, that should be clear. I have already told you. So here correct answer is option C, not Bombay. Okay, guys, very, very important. So it is all possible paths. So that is option C. Okay, that is option C. Question number 9. A state space can be defined as, very simple, very simple. Everyone can answer this. Yes, very simple. Everyone can answer this. A state space can be defined as, this is a MSQ question. Okay, this is a MSQ question. If it was a MSQ question, so a state space can be defined as the collection of all problem states. That is true. And mathematical structure representing possible states. That is also true. Okay, so if it was a MSQ question, then you can write collection of all problem states and mathematical structure. Okay, so for question number 9, A and C would be the answer. Question number 9, A and C would be the answer. Okay, question number 10. The solution cost in a search problem is, very good, very important question. Solution cost in a search problem. Everyone, yes, everyone should answer this. Solution cost in a search problem. Solution cost in a search problem. MCQ question. Everyone, please make a habit of doing this. Solution cost in a search problem is. Correct. What is the solution cost? The total accumulated cost along the path from initial to goal. Very simple. Okay, very simple. The total accumulated cost along the path from initial to goal. I want to travel from Delhi to Noida. Whether I should go in the correct, in the shortest time, or I should go in the shortest distance, or I should travel with the minimum price. Okay, so what is that? So what is the total accumulated cost along the path from initial to goal? For 10th, option A would be correct. Okay, chaliye. Question number 11. Everyone, consider the transition model in classical search. It depends on. So question number 11, MSQ. Okay, MSQ question. MSQ, everyone. MSQ, consider the transition model in classical search. It depends on. किस पे depend करता है? बताइए everyone. It depends on. Simple question है. I think everyone can do this. करेक्ट. तो अगर ट्रांजिशन मॉडल है तो दैट वुड बी डिपेंडिंग ऑन द करंट स्टेट. ट्रांजिशन मॉडल क्या हुआ? फॉर एग्जांपल अ रोबोट, नो, रोबोट ट्रेवल्स फ्रॉम अ करंट स्टेट इन दी वेयर हाउस टू एनी अदर स्टेट, नो. तो रोबोट ट्रेवल्स. तो अगर अगर आपका ये ट्रांजिशन मॉडल है दैट इज चेंजिंग इट्स स्टेट, नो, दैट इज अ ट्रांजिशन मॉडल. तो इट वुड डिपेंड ऑन व्हाट? इट वुड डिपेंड ऑन द करंट स्टेट एंड द अप्लाइड एक्शन. भाई सिंपल सी बात है, एक रोबोट है तुम्हारा, वो ट्रैवल कर रहा है तो किस किस पे डिपेंड करेगा यार? इट इज वेरी सिंपल, करंट स्टेट एंड द अप्लाइड एक्शन। ओके, पाथ कॉस्ट उसको लेना देना ही नहीं है ना। व्हाट ही वुड डू भाई, रोबोट रोबोट को कभी चाहिए, मतलब रोबोट एक्चुअली डील किया आई शुड गो इन द मिनिमम प्राइस, robot has no meaning, I mean with this no path cost and admissibility heuristic, he has no meaning. So he is only concerned with what? The current state and the applied action. Okay, the current state and the applied action. Okay, so 11th, A and B. Okay, so guys, these question, such question doesn't comes in gate. I agree, ये ऐसे question gate में नहीं आते. Give me your 5 more minutes. Once these terms would be clear, I would be starting today itself with the search problems. वो वाले 100% आने आने हैं, तो just give me your 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, I agree, ये ऐसे question नहीं आते हैं, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. Give me your 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, चलो. Question number 12. Okay, question number 12. In search algorithms, a node typically contains which of the following? Yes, I need answer from your side. In search algorithms, a node typically contains. What is a node? Very simple. What is a node? Yes, what is a node? Very simple. State information. Node क्या क्या contain करता है? State information. Yes. Path cost to reach the node. Yes. Parent node reference. Yes. So that means all of the above. Okay, correct. Option D would be correct here. Yes, all of the above. तो state information yes करता है यार, obvious सी बात है, state information तो करेगा ना. पेरेंट नोड, उसका पेरेंट कौन है वो भी करेगा, है ना. एंड पाथ कॉस्ट टू रीच द नोड, अब उससे एसोसिएटेड पाथ कॉस्ट वो भी नोड की प्रॉपर्टी है, दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. ओके, वो भी नोड की प्रॉपर्टी है. तो 12th ऑप्शन इज डी. ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 13. इन एआई टर्मिनोलॉजी एन एजेंट इज बेस्ट डिस्क्राइब्ड एज, बताइए एवरीवन. इन एआई टर्मिनोलॉजी an agent is best described as. In AI terminology, an agent is best described as. Correct, an entity that perceives its environment and acts upon it. Okay, टेस्ला ऑटो पायलट, इट वुड परसीव इट्स एनवायरमेंट कि भाई कितना ट्रैफिक है. ओके, शैल आई अप्लाई अ ब्रेक और शैल आई एक्सेलरेट, विच पाथ टू चूज. तो व्हाट इज एन एजेंट? एजेंट इज an entity that perceives its environment and acts upon it. Okay, an entity that perceives its environment and acts upon it. So 13th option B is correct. Correct. In a search tree, a node contains, yeah, I think we have done this. Okay, already we have done this. So state, parent node, action, and path cost. Already we have done this. Okay, already we have done this. No. Question number 15. Yes, what is the difference between search space and state space? Everyone, difference between search space and state space. क्या difference होता है search space और state space में? Everyone. Question number 15. Okay. So search space includes only the possible paths, but state space include all the possible solutions as well. Okay, तो क्या difference होगा? The difference is that search space includes only the possible path, but state space includes the states. And what is state? State is something that has what? State is something that has parent node, action, path cost, everything. Okay, so state space is that which has everything. So correct option would be what? Correct option would be option A. So search space include paths, state space include states. Okay, so option A would be there. Okay, and last question, question number 16. Okay, so which of these are considered actions? Okay, which of these are considered actions in a search problem? Which of these are considered actions in a search problem? Okay, very important and very simple question. इनमें से कौन सा एक्शन होगा सर्च प्रॉब्लम में? विच ऑफ दीज इज कंसिडर्ड एक्शन इन अ सर्च प्रॉब्लम? तो whenever you perform an event, जैसे चेस में, in a chess you just pick a you just pick a player and move there. Okay, so that is an action. Okay, so moving a tile in 8 puzzle, yes, that is correct. Okay, rotating a Rubik's cube face, that is also correct. Okay, generating a successor state, that is wrong. Checking if a goal state is a goal, that is wrong. So here option A and C. Okay, here option A and C, both of them would be correct. Okay, here option A and C, both of them would be correct. Okay, so here option A and C, both of them would be correct. So guys, I just wanted to tell you that these are certain important terms जो कि आपको आने चाहिए. मेरे अकॉर्डिंग आपको ये चीज आनी चाहिए. Certain important terms जिसका मतलब आपको पता होना चाहिए. Okay, now let us start. Now let us start with the search algorithms. Okay, now let us start with the search algorithms. Okay, so I'll upload this PDF also. I'll upload this PDF also. Okay. Okay. Now let us start with the search algorithms. Okay. So the search algorithm includes uniform cost search. The search algorithm includes uniform search algorithms. Okay. Uninformed search algorithms, informed search algorithms, and adversarial search algorithms. Okay, uninformed search algorithms, informed search algorithms, इसको हम heuristic search भी बोलते हैं. We also call this as heuristic search. Uninformed search algorithms, we call this as blind search. Okay, and adversarial search algorithms, we call this as games. ये गेम्स थ्योरी भी इसको हम बोलते हैं, या फिर गेम्स में these are highly used. Okay, गेम्स में these are highly used. Okay, ठीक है, तो ये चीज है. अब now let us start with the uninformed search algorithms. Okay, now let us start with the uninformed search algorithms. I would ask you a simple question. I would ask you a simple question. ठीक है, कि हम इसको why this is known as blind search. I would just ask you a simple question. Why this is known as blind search? ठीक है, मान लीजिए फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ओके, मान लीजिए फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू वांट टू विजिट टू योर फ्रेंड्स हाउस. आपको आपके दोस्त के घर पे जाना है. यू वॉन्ट टू विजिट योर फ्रेंड्स हाउस. मान लीजिए यू वॉन्ट टू विजिट योर फ्रेंड्स हाउस. यू डोंट नो हिज लोकेलिटी. आपको कुछ अता पता नहीं है कि भाई उसका घर कहाँ पर है, क्या है, कुछ नहीं पता. यू डोंट नो एनीथिंग. देयर इज नो पर्सन टू आस्क फ्रॉम हुम आई कैन आस्क कि भाई मुझे बता दो कि मुझे इसके घर पे जाना है, क्या डायरेक्शन होनी चाहिए, क्या होना चाहिए, कुछ नहीं पता. यू डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट दैट. यस, यू नो कि हाँ यार ये एक लोकेलिटी है, दिस इज अ लोकेलिटी एंड हियर ओनली माई फ्रेंड लिव्स. आपको कुछ नहीं पता, कोई आदमी भी नहीं है, ना कोई बंदा वहां पे खड़ा है. नो वन इज स्टैंडिंग देयर, नथिंग. यू हैव नो इंफॉर्मेशन, नो, नॉट अ सिंगल पर्सन इज प्रेजेंट देयर. Okay, everyone is there in their house and you want to reach to your friend's house. What you would do? What is the first thing that you would do, or what is the approach that you would be using? Bhai, you have only a single approach. Visit every path. Visit every path. एक एक path पे जाओ and you just search, visit this path. You just search whether I've reached my friend's home. No, just backtrack. फिर दूसरे पे जाओ. Go to the other path. You just see whether I have reached. No. Then go to the third path. You just see whether I have reached. No, nothing. So that means when you don't have any specific knowledge, you don't have any specific knowledge about the problem domain. Guys, I told you these words would be highly utilized. Problem, solution, search, state, everything would be highly utilized. इसलिए मैंने वो 1 घंटा आपको ये चीज करवाई है. I hope you understand my efforts. Okay, चलिए. अब यहाँ पे, अब ब्लाइंड सर्च में अब मेरे पास कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन है, आई डोंट हैव एनी इंफॉर्मेशन. तो दैट मीन्स आई हैव टू ऑपरेट विदाउट एनी स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम डोमेन. सो दोज सर्च एल्गोरिथम्स कम्स अंडर व्हाट? दो सर्च एल्गोरिथम कम्स अंडर द टर्म अनइन्फॉर्म्ड सर्च, जिसको हम बोलते हैं ब्लाइंड सर्च. जिसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? जिसको हम बोलते हैं ब्लाइंड सर्च. तो द एग्जाम्पल इज व्हाट? एग्जाम्पल इज आई वांट टू ट्रैवल फ्रॉम दिल्ली और टू, आई मीन फ्रॉम माय लोकेलिटी टू माय फ्रेंड्स लोकेलिटी. नो पर्सन इज प्रेजेंट टू whom I can ask. No person present to whom I can ask. So I would be traveling each and every probability, every approach, I mean every path I would be traveling. Then I can reach, no, because I don't have any specific knowledge. So where the search is blind, where there is no heuristic, or the search is blind, or there is no specific knowledge about the problem, that every algorithm comes under what? Comes under the blind search. And the best example is, I hope you must have solved these problems in newspaper or in puzzles. You have to start from this start, you have to reach to end. How do you solve this? How everyone solves? Bhai, how do you solve this? You start with a certain path, no? You travel a certain path, nine dead end hai. Then you would travel a certain path, dead end. Then you would travel again a certain path, dead end. Then you travel again a certain path, dead end. Then once when you get a path that reached from start to goal, so there the goal is reached. Okay, but what was the approach? What was the approach that we followed? We traveled each and every path. एक एक को हम ढूंढते गए, and then we reached to the end. मतलब एक बार ऐसा हमारे पास आया, we had one solution. Okay, we had one solution जहां पर हम end पे पहुंच गए. ठीक है, एक सॉल्यूशन हमको ऐसा मिल गया जहां पर मैं एंड पे पहुंच गया, बस. तो वही हमको सॉल्यूशन निकालना होता है यूजिंग दी एल्गोरिथम्स. वही सॉल्यूशन हमको निकालना होता है यूजिंग दी एल्गोरिथम्स. दैट कम्स अंडर व्हाट? दैट कम्स अंडर अनइन्फॉर्म्ड सर्च. ओके, चलिए. अच्छा, अब यहां पर एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट था. एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट था, बैक ट्रैकिंग में टेक प्लेस. ओके, हियर बैक ट्रैकिंग में टेक प्लेस. ओके, and in uninformed search, the number of algorithms that we would be covering, मैं आपको बता देता हूं. सबसे पहले breadth first search, उसके बाद depth first search, उसके बाद depth limited search, उसके बाद iterative deepening depth first search, और एक हम और करेंगे इसमें यूनिफॉर्म कॉस्ट सर्च. ओके, एक हम इसमें और कर लेंगे यूनिफॉर्म कॉस्ट सर्च. तो दीज ऑल वी वुड बी कवरिंग. ठीक है, इसमें हम एक कर लेंगे यूनिफॉर्म कॉस्ट सर्च. ओके, तो दीज ऑल वी वुड बी कवरिंग. ओके, तो लेट अस स्टार्ट विद ब्रेथ फर्स्ट सर्च. ओके, तो जस्ट गिव द हेडिंग ब्रेथ फर्स्ट सर्च. Let us start with the first algorithm, breadth first search. Okay, so let us start with the algorithm best first search. Yes. So let us take a 5 minutes break. Maybe let me drink water. Guys, let us take a 5 minutes break. Okay. And yeah, then let us again continue the class. Okay. So guys, just a 5 minutes break for me and you. Then let us continue the class. Okay. Let us meet again after 10 minutes, guys. It is 14:43. Okay, chaliye. Guys, let us start again. Take out the formula sheet. Okay, and let us start. Let us start with BFS. Okay, take out your formula sheet. Let us start with BFS algorithm. Okay, yes. So let us start with BFS algorithm, that is breadth first search. Okay, chaliye. Ab now I'll write certain important points for breadth first search. Okay, I'll write certain important points for breadth first search. Yes, I'll write certain important points for breadth first search. Okay, so I'll write certain important points for breadth first search. The first point is, yeah, the first point is that it uses FIFO approach. Okay, what is FIFO approach? First in, first out. ठीक है, what is FIFO approach? First in, फर्स्ट आउट. ओके, व्हाट इज FIFO अप्रोच? फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट. जो पहले आएगा वो पहले जाएगा. सिंपल सी बात है, जो पहले आएगा वो पहले जाएगा, इररिस्पेक्टिव कोई सी भी डायरेक्शन तुम पकड़ोगे. देखो, समझना, इस चीज को समझना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी हैव दिस स्टेट स्पेस ग्राफ. ओके, वी हैव दिस ट्री. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी हैव दिस स्टेट स्पेस ग्राफ और वी हैव दिस ट्री. ओके, तो one of the directions you have to follow. Okay, one of the directions you have to follow, either it would be from left to right, that is the standard one. Okay, that is the standard one. Okay, or either it should be from right to left. ठीक है, तो one of the I mean directions you shall follow, either it could be from left to right or either it could be from right to left for the exploration of the nodes. तो एक चीज आपको समझनी है यहाँ पे, एक चीज बिल्कुल आप कायदे से समझ लीजिए कि फॉर एक्सप्लोरेशन ऑफ नोड्स वन ऑफ द डायरेक्शंस यू हैव टू फॉलो. अगर क्वेश्चन में दिया है, इफ एट ऑल क्वेश्चन सेज, तो भाई फिर तो तुम उसी के मान के चलोगे. ठीक है, but if at all it is not given, generally we follow left to right. Okay, for the exploration. If at all it is not given, for the worst condition आप तो यही डायरेक्शन फॉलो करके चलना for the exploration of states. Left to right हो गया, ये वाली हो गई right to left. Okay, तो one of the directions you have to follow. ठीक है, तो FIFO, that is first in first out, जो पहले आएगा वो पहले जाएगा. तो this is the technique that BFS follows. Okay, अच्छा, it stores I mean it uses QUEU होता है. Yes, it uses queues. Okay, ये क्या करता है? QUEU, it uses queues to store the unvisited nodes. ठीक है, तो सेकंड पॉइंट क्या हो गया? It uses queues, okay, to store the unvisited node. अच्छा, इसका जो नेचर है, द नेचर इज दैट इट ऑलवेज explores the shallowest node. Okay, what is the nature of BFS? It always explores the shallowest node. ठीक है, it is a complete algorithm. ये आप मान लीजिए, it is a complete algorithm. These points should be there in the formula sheet. Okay, it is a complete algorithm and optimal solution is obtained if it exists. Okay, optimal solution would be obtained if it exists. ऑप्टिमल सॉल्यूशन मिलेगा, 100% मिलेगा इफ इट एग्जिस्ट्स. ओके, ऑप्टिमल सॉल्यूशन वुड बी एक्सप्लोर्ड या इफ इट एग्जिस्ट्स. ओके, अब हम बात करेंगे यस कि व्हाट इज द एक्सप्लोर्ड स्टेट. ओके, व्हाट इज द अनविजिटेड स्टेट, सारी चीजें हम डिस्कस करेंगे. ओके, ऑप्टिमल सॉल्यूशन आपको मिलेगा अगर है. ओके, अब जैसे मान लीजिए आई वुड ड्रॉ, आई वुड या अब मान लीजिए कि आई वुड ड्रॉ अ स्टेट स्पेस ग्राफ. ओके, तो अब जैसे मान लीजिए आई एम ड्रॉइंग अ अनडायरेक्टेड अनवेटेड ग्राफ, समझिएगा, एवरी एवरी टर्म वुड बी क्लियर टू यू, ओके, नो वरीज, नो वरीज, धीरे धीरे करके सब कुछ क्लियर रहेगा। आई एम ड्रॉइंग अ अनवेटेड अनडायरेक्टेड ग्राफ, ओके, ए टू बी, बी टू सी, C to D. Okay. Then B has two children, that is E and F, right? C has two children, that is G and H. D has a single child, that is I. E has again two children, that is J and K. Okay. That is JK. That is JK. G has a single child, that is L. I का भी एक ही child है, that is M. And K has a single child, that is N. Okay, so I'm not specifying goal node. I'm not specifying goal node. I am just specifying that it would start from here. Okay, this is the start node. Okay, and this is generally known as level 0. ये क्या है? ये start node है. This is generally known as level 0. इसके बाद ये वाली लेवल 1 आ जाती है, level 1. Subsequent level increases. Okay, this is level 2, this is level 3. तो इस तरीके से level increases. Okay, तो इसको हम start node भी कहते हैं और हम इसको parent node भी बोलते हैं. Okay, we can say this as start node, or we can also call it as parent node. Okay. And we have here a level 4. Okay, so a total of 4 level exists. A total of 4 level exists. ठीक है, चलिए. अब now how BFS algorithm works, very simple. BFS algorithm maintains queues, as I told you, and it operates on FIFO. It operates on FIFO. Okay, it operates on FIFO rule. Okay, first in first out rule. Acha, ab this is, see, these are all unvisited nodes. Initially these are all unvisited nodes. Okay, or these are all the open nodes. ठीक है, अब now these unvisited nodes would be explored one by one. So firstly the unvisited node is A, so I would be exploring the unvisited node, that is A. So after exploring A, ठीक है, after exploring A, how many children does A have? A have 3 children. Okay, BCD. Okay, A have 3 children, BCD. तो आपको याद रखने के लिए, just for you to remember and just for you to understand, इधर से घुसा दो, इधर से निकाल दो, बस. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट. यहां से जस्ट एंटर एंड यहां से टेक इट आउट. ओके, तो अब जैसे मान लीजिए कि आई वुड एंटर बीसीडी व्हेन आई एम एक्सप्लोरिंग इट फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट. ओके, तो दिस वुड बी द एक्सप्लोरेशन, या दिस वुड बी द एक्सप्लोरेशन. Okay, this would be the exploration direction of exploring nodes BCD. ठीक है, अब जैसे मान लीजिए कि he says that I would be exploring it from left to right. I would be exploring the nodes from left to right. तो firstly B entered, तो जो सबसे पहले आया था वो ही जाएगा. तो if initially B entered, तो B would be cut. Okay, B would be cut. C and D would take its position. Okay, C and D would take the position, and B has how many children? E and F, and that too in a direction that is already given. Okay, E and F. ठीक है, तो आपको याद रखने के लिए क्या करो, इधर से घुसा दो, यहां से निकाल दो, बस सिंपल सी बात है. देन FIFO, पहले कौन आया था? DEF से पहले कौन आया था? C आया था. तो आई वुड बी कटिंग C हियर. आई वुड बी कटिंग C हियर. ठीक है, अच्छा, अब C हैज हाउ मेनी चिल्ड्रन? C has how many children? So D, E, F. C has how many children? Okay, C has 2 children, G and H. Okay, तो I am traveling in this direction. तो पहले मैं explore कर लूंगा G को, फिर कर लूंगा H को. Okay, तो that would be given in the question. Everything would be given in the question. Alphabetical order से करवाएगा कि left to right करवाएगा, right to left करवाएगा. Everything would be given in the question. You don't have to worry at all. Okay, तो I am exploring this from left to right. तो I would be first entering G and then H. ठीक है, तो यस, इधर से घुसा दो, यहां से निकाल लो. देन कट डी. ओके, देन कट डी. ओके, चलिए, अब नाउ यस, नाउ है E, F, G and H. D has how many children? D has how many children? D has a single child, that is I. Okay, D has a single child, that is I. Now after this, which came? node E came. So I would be cutting node E. Okay, I would be cutting node E. So F, G, H, I. E has how many children? E has again two children, J and K. Ha, E has how many children? E has again two children, J and K. Okay, E has two children, J and K. Now I would be cutting F. Okay, तो I would be following FIF rule. जो पहले आया था वही पहले बाहर जाएगा. I would be following that rule. Okay, तो GHIJK. F has how many children? F has no child. So I won't be entering anything from that side. Simple. Now I would be cutting G. Okay. I would be cutting G. ओके चलिए तो अगेन यहां से घुसा दो और यहां से निकाल लो देन यस तो आई हैव HIJK. G has how many children? G has a single child, that is L. G has a single child, that is L. Now H came first, so I would be, yes, I would be cutting H. Okay, chaliye. Ab now I have in the queue, I have I, J, K, L. H has how many children? H has no child. H has how many children? H has no child. I would be cutting I. After this, I would be cutting I. Okay. After this, I would be cutting I. Okay. Then J, K, L. Okay. I has how many children? I has a single child, that is M. I has a single child, that is M. Okay. So I have just added M here. Okay, I have added hem here. Then I have K, L, M. Okay, J has how many children? J has how many children? J has no child. Okay, then I would be, yes, I would be cutting K. Okay, I would be cutting K. So yes, so I have L and M. K has how many children? K has a single child, that is N. Okay, K has a single child, that is N. Okay, now I would be cutting what? I would be cutting L. Okay, I would be cutting L. Then yes, I have M and N. Okay, do L have any child? No, L doesn't have any child. I would be cutting then M, and in the last, I have a single, node. I have a single node, that is N. So I would be cutting what? I would be cutting N. So this is how I would be completing my execution order. This is how I would be completing my execution order in BFS. This is how I would be completing my execution order in BFS. I hope this is clear to you. ओके तो आपको सिर्फ एक ही चीज याद रखनी है, जो पहले आया था वो ही पहले जाएगा. द वन हु केम फर्स्ट वुड बी द वन हु वुड बी गोइंग. ओके यस. अब अगर आप ध्यान से देखो, इफ यू जस्ट सी केयरफुली, आई एक्सप्लोर्ड ए. चलो वेरी गुड, आई हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड ए. After that, B, C, and D have been explored. After that, B, C, and D have been explored. Then after that, E, F, G, H, I, J. E, F, G, H, I. Okay. After that, E, F, G, H, I, J has been explored. Okay. After I, J, K, L, M. J, K, L, M has been explored. After I, J, K, L, M has been explored. And in the end, the node N has been explored. And in the end, the node N has been explored. So guys, this is basically working level by level. आपको समझना ये चीज, you have to understand this thing. Breadth first search algorithm is working level by level. आप देखो, what is the order of visiting these nodes? What is the order of visiting these nodes? Firstly A, then B, C, D. Level 1 is completed. Then after that, E, F, G, H, I. After that, E, F, G, H, I. Level 2 has been completed. Then after that, J, K, L, M. J, K, L, M. Level 3 has been completed. After that, level N. And that too in which order? In the order left to right. And that too in which order? In the order left to right. Okay. So guys, this is how a breadth first search algorithm is done. This is how a breadth first search algorithm exploration is performed. Okay, this is how a breadth first search algorithm is performed. Okay, now for example, I have to perform goal test. Okay. For example, if G was the goal, for example, if node I, node I is the goal. Okay. So at every state, goal test would be performed. So you can just remember that word goal test. कुछ नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. What is goal test? Goal test is जब भी आपको node I मिल जाएगा, terminate the process. तो what goal test do? Node I is the goal. तो for here at every moment, at every instant, at every state, goal test is performed. Okay. ठीक है. तो एट एवरी इंस्टेंट गोल टेस्ट इज परफॉर्म. तो गाइज ये आपको बीएफएस में थोड़ा सा याद रखना है. ओके. ये आपको यस बीएफएस में थोड़ा सा याद रखना है. ओके. तो इफ यू जस्ट सी द थ्योरी पार्ट, अगर आप इसकी थ्योरी देखोगे तो व्हाट बीएफएस इज, तो इफ यू जस्ट सी द थ्योरी पार्ट, तो ब्रेथ फर्स्ट सर्च is a systematic graph tree traversal algorithm widely used in AI and computer science for searching and or exploring all nodes in a graph from a given starting point. That is known as root node. Okay. So it explores all nodes at a current depth level before moving to the next level. It is especially effective for finding the shortest path in an अनवेटेड ग्राफ्स. ओके. इन एन अनवेटेड ग्राफ, ये मैंने ग्राफ की वेटिंग नहीं करी थी. आई होप आप समझ पा रहे हैं. आई डेंट वेटेड द ग्राफ. ठीक है. तो डेंट वेटेड द ग्राफ मतलब सबकी जो पाथ कॉस्ट है, सबकी जो पाथ कॉस्ट है दैट इज 1. ओके. द पाथ कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम ए टू बी दैट इज 1, फ्रॉम ए टू सी दैट इज 1. Okay. The path cost from traveling from A to B, A to C, A to D, B to E, B to F, ये सारे जितने भी path cost हैं, these are all equals to unity. So that is known as what? That is known as a unweighted graph. Okay, guys, that is known as a unweighted graph. So it explores level by level. Okay, it explores level by level. As I told you, FIFO, first in, first out. Structure ensures nodes are processed in increasing order of the depth. Okay. Acha. Important point is guarantees shortest path. Okay. So you should write this in the formula sheet. It guarantees shortest path. Important. You should write in the formula sheet. It guarantees shortest path. Okay. In an unweighted graph. In an unweighted graph. It guarantees shortest path in an unweighted graph. Okay. And time and space complexity, very important. You should note this. Time and space complexity, very important. You should note this. Order of b to the power d. Okay, it is of the order of b to the power d, where what is b? B is the branching factor, and what is d? D is the depth of the shallowest solution. Okay, d is the depth of the shallowest solution. So guys, what is the branching factor? For example, here from every node, 3 nodes are generated. From here, every node, 3 nodes are generated. So what is the branching factor? Branching factor is 3 here. अगर सभी से 3 नोड जनरेट हो रहे हैं तो what is the branching factor? Branching factor is 3, and this is a perfect ternary graph. Perfect ternary graph tree. Okay, a perfect ternary graph tree. What is a perfect binary graph tree? What is a perfect binary graph tree? Binary graph tree is हर नोड से दो एल्गोरिथम प्रोड्यूस, हर नोड से दो नोड्स प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं. दैट इज अ परफेक्ट बाइनरी ट्री. बस इतनी सी बात है. ओके. तो अगर मान लीजिए कि फ्रॉम हियर, फॉर एग्जांपल इन द केस फ्रॉम हियर at one instant I have total of 5 nodes, and from other I have only two nodes. So here the average branching factor would be taken. Okay, here branching factor would be what? Average we would be doing of all the nodes divided by the level. Okay, so here b would be what? B would be average branching factor. बस इतनी सी चीज है. ओके, एवरेज ब्रांचिंग फैक्टर ये दिया जाएगा. जस्ट डोंट वरी, दिस वुड बी गिवन. ब्रांचिंग फैक्टर ये आपको दिया जाएगा, परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है. तो ये आपको रटना है बेटा. दिस इज, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, यू हैव टू लर्न इट. ये रट लेना है आपको. ओके. एंड व्हाट इज द रियल वर्ल्ड एग्जांपल? शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ इन मैप्स. शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ इन मैप्स. ओके, शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ इन मैप्स वो कहीं ना कहीं बीएफएस से निकलता है. दैट इज द रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम. शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ इन मैप्स वो कहीं ना कहीं बीएफएस से निकलता है. ओके. ओके. एंड व्हाट इज द कंप्लीट एल्गोरिथम मींस? कंप्लीट एल्गोरिथम मतलब कि अगर सॉल्यूशन है तो ये निकाल के दिखाएगा. व्हाट इज द कंप्लीट एल्गोरिथम? कंप्लीट एल्गोरिथम मींस इफ सॉल्यूशन एग्जिस्ट तो वो आपको निकाल के दिखाएगा. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द कंप्लीट एल्गोरिथम. ओके. दैट इज द मीनिंग of the complete algorithm. Okay, that is the meaning of the complete algorithm. Okay, guys, I have number of questions. I have number of questions for BFS. So I would be solving few questions. Okay, on BFS, and rest I would be giving you as the homework. Okay, rest I would be giving you as the homework. ओके. चलिए, सॉल्व क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. सॉल्व क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. एवरीवन, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स. Okay, guys, let us see. See these level of questions. No, frankly speaking, these level of questions you can expect. Okay, so I would give you a brief demonstration of what exactly the level of questions they are asking. Okay, so guys, I'll just give you a brief demonstration. So this is the PYQ series I'll be solving. Okay, just don't worry, PYQ series. No, I have that I would be solving. Just see the level of questions. No, this IISc have given on this is a question on A star search algorithm, right? So you just see the level of the lengthy questions that they are given. So guys, to be very frank, ये questions आ सकते हैं, you can expect these questions. Okay, so I have made these questions based on the level which IASC have asked, and in the main paper the questions were okay. तो ये सारे क्वेश्चन जो है मैंने लिस्ट बना रखी है, आई मेड अ लिस्ट, तो हम करेंगे। ये देखो बीएफएस डीएफएस पे वी हैव सर्टेन, बीएफएस डीएफएस पे वी हैव सर्टेन, आई मीन the word problems. Okay, then I would show you the question on A star. Okay, these are uninformed search. Yes, so A star question was a good question, a very lengthy question, so which IASC has asked. Okay, so this is the question, no, on A star. Okay, so yes, ISC have asked. I would provide you each and every PDF. Just don't worry. Each and every PDF I would provide you. This is my duty. You just have to follow me blindly. I request everyone. Okay. Yes. चलिए, तो ये था. We will be doing. No worries. We will be doing in the PYQ series. आप बस मेरे साथ connected रहिएगा. We will be doing. Okay. चलो. अब see. He says consider a complete and balanced ternary tree. Complete and balanced ternary tree. Okay, complete and balanced ternary tree. ठीक है. The search starts at root level 0. The goal node is the seventh node encountered when reading the nodes at level 4 from left to right. Okay, when reading the nodes at level from 4 from left to right. So guys, it is a ternary tree. This is root level. Okay, this is how the this is how okay, this is how the tree would be expanding. Okay, so this is level 0, this is level 1, this is level 2, and we have level 3, and we have level 4. Okay, we have level 3 and we have level 4. Okay, अब now he says what is the total number of nodes that must be dequeued from the fringe. Fringe is other name of queue. Okay, you should remember it. Fringe is the other name of queue, that you should remember. Okay, to find and return the goal. Okay, and he has said a node is considered found when it is dequeued and passes the goal test. Okay, it is dequeued and passes the गोल टेस्ट. तो कुछ नहीं कह रहा, ये बोल रहा है भाई, ये कह रहा है कि हमारे पास एक फ्रिंज है. फ्रिंज मतलब क्या होता है? कुछ नहीं है यार, फ्रिंज मतलब तो यही है ना जो हमने बनाया था, दैट इज द फ्रिंज. इसी तो फ्रिंज बोलते हैं. ठीक है, तो इसमें इधर से आएगा, क्यू करेंगे और यहां से डी क्यू करेंगे, बस इतनी सी बात है, कुछ भी नहीं है. दिस नथिंग नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट दिस. फ्रॉम हियर आई वुड बी क्यूइंग इट एंड फ्रॉम हियर आई वुड बी डी क्यूइंग इट. Okay, from here I would be queuing it and from here I would be dequeuing it. So a node is considered found when it is dequeued and passes the goal test. And what is the meaning of goal test? कुछ भी नहीं है. इसको चेक करके देखो भाई, गोल है नहीं है. इसको चेक करके देखो, गोल है नहीं है. That is the goal test. Nothing big in goal test. So he says that the search starts at root level 0. The goal node is the seventh node encountered when reading the nodes at level 4 from left to right. So now what is the standard exploration direction that I have to use? So I have to use left to right. Okay. Okay, and I have to use BFS, standard BFS for this. So what are the total number of nodes? And where is the goal node? And where is the goal node? The goal node is the seventh node encountered when reading the nodes at level 4 from left to right. So at level 4, when I would be coming, no, so the seventh node is the goal node. Okay, this seventh node is the goal node. Now he says how many total number of nodes must be dequeued. Okay, how many total number of nodes must be dequeued. तो guys एक चीज आप मुझे बताओ, एक चीज बताओ. I would be entering, okay, for example, this is node 1. Okay, this is node S. This is node S. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Ab now node S would be entered from this side. I would be cutting. I would be cutting. That means I am dequeuing from it. I am dequeuing from the fringe. Okay, I would be cutting and I would be dequeuing this from the fringe. So I would be getting what? 1, 2, 3. I would be getting what node? 1, 2, 3. And I have to explore in which order? I have to explore in the order FIFO. ठीक है? अच्छा, अब यहाँ पे, अब now here. Okay, now here. ठीक है? Now here I have to explore the nodes in left to right. No? अच्छा, अब in at level 0, how many nodes did I explore? Acha, in level 0, okay, how many nodes did I explore? So I explored only a single node. Okay, I explored only a single node. So I can say I explored 3 to the power of 0 nodes. Okay, I explored 3 to the power of 0 node, that is single node. At level 1, how many nodes did I explore? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, how many nodes did I explore? 1, 2, and 3. So that means 3 to the power of 1 to a total. Matlab, see how this BFS works. It would be exploring this way, level 0, then level 1, then level 2, then level 3, and then level 4. Okay, so every node, every level would be explored. I hope you are getting this. Every level would be explored. तो इस पे कितने करेगा? Single node would be explored. इसमें कितने करेगा? Total of 3 nodes would be explored. इसमें कितने करेगा? A total of 9 nodes. 3 to the power of 2, 9 nodes. At level 3, how many nodes would be explored? Total of 27 nodes would be explored. And at level 4, see, I have to always travel from left to right. I have to always travel from left to right. So here single, here 3, here 9, here 27. Now when I would be reaching to the 7th and when goal test would be performed, so I would find that yes, my goal has been reached. Okay, I would perform yes, my goal has been reached. So that means how many nodes would be dequeued? How many nodes would be dequeued? A total of 7 nodes would be dequeued. So what is the total number of nodes that must be dequeued from the fringe? That is 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 27 plus 7. So if you just add it, so 9 for 13, 40 plus 7. So that is a total of 47 nodes would be dequeued. A total of 47 nodes would be dequeued from the fringe. Okay, if I have to find the goal node at the 7th position. Okay, chaliye. So this was, yeah, this was a question. This was a question that uh, I mean BFS concept is used. Okay, a question where the BFS concept is used. Okay, chaliye, solve certain more questions. Okay, so you just solve one more question. Solve question number 3 here. Okay, rest I would be giving you as homework. No, you can solve question number 3. Okay, so what is the answer for question number 3? Yes, everyone, please. Everyone, just tell me what is the answer for question number 3. So consider state space graph where the shallowest node is at depth D, the maximum state space is M. The branching factor is finite constant B greater than which of the following statement about BFS is incorrect? Okay, which of the following statement? This is MCQ. Okay, this is MCQ. Which of the following statements about BFS that is incorrect? Statement about BFS, MCQ question. Which is incorrect? Everyone. See, this is correct. This is correct. BFS is special case of UCS. Okay. So try memorizing this. This is the correct statement. This is incorrect. Okay. Option C is incorrect. Option D is not the answer. See, this is correct. Okay. So you just leave this case. UCS will be solved. Will be covering. No. Option C is wrong here. Okay. The space complexity of BFS is what? Order of B into D. No, no, no. That is of the order what? That is of the order B to the power D. Okay. This is the space complexity of the BFS algorithm. Okay. Yes, this is the space complexity of the BFS algorithm. Okay. And what does this space complexity means? What is the meaning of this space complexity? Okay, so this is, see, space and time complexity are same for BFS and DFS. No, space and time complexity are same in BFS and DFS. So what is space complexity? It is just that what would be the length, or what would be the order, no, not order. Okay, what would be the total length of nodes? No, that would be, yes, that would be I mean collected, or okay, or that would be collected while expanding the nodes, no, in BFS. So that is of the order of B to the power D. Okay, that is of the order of B to the power D. Okay, yes. Okay, so that is what. Okay, yes, shallowest node means what? See, we have deepest node. Okay, what is the I mean shallow and deep? No, I hope you know the meaning of shallow and deep. So that is only there. Okay, so shallowest node means it only reaches the next level, not yes. Okay, it doesn't travels to the deepest level possible. Okay, I hope you remember. I hope you know the meaning of shallowest node. No, in the DFS, how DFS works? DFS works by reaching to the to the deepest node. Okay, it works by reaching to the deepest node. But what BFS do? BFS only travels to the shallowest node, just immediate level. Okay, it would explore the nodes to its just immediate level. That is why that word shallowest has been counted. And I hope you are getting this. Okay, chaliye. So this was, okay, this was BFS algorithm, right? And yes, so option C is correct here. Okay, option C is the answer. Option C is the answer. Okay, chaliye. So guys, yeah, I'll be stopping this here. I'll be stopping this here, and yeah, so we would be starting tomorrow again. Okay, same time we'll be starting with depth first search algorithm tomorrow again. So I have certain questions for you. Ha, I have certain questions for you as homework. So please complete that. Okay, chalo. Thank you so much.